You're watching NOUR'S. Welcome to another episode of NOUR'S. I'm your host, Nour Fathy, Assistant Coach Fraser University Men's Soccer Team. On our episode today, I'm going to interview some of our seniors, as it's a seniors edition this episode, so come on in and join me. John, what is your most memorable moment or game as a clan member?
Games against South Pacific, playing those games away down their place have been always the funniest games. Especially last weekend as well, scoring the winning goal in overtime. That was a special moment.
That's good. And I know this is going to be a tough one to answer, but who would you say is your favorite teammate this season?
Oof, that's a tough one, guys. I mean, we've had a special relationship, but players, probably the older guys I've been best friends with since we came here, like Lucas, partner in crime. John Maloof's always a good time. JD Blakely, E-Day, but I'm going to have to give this to Juan Sanchez.
Have you enjoyed having John Hodnett on the team?
Yes, I definitely have. I think Johnny is a fantastic young man. He's got a fantastic sense of humour. He's a clinical striker. You give him a chance in front of the net, more often than not he's going to score. And it's been an absolute pleasure having him part of the group for the last few years. He's very charismatic. I think he's loved by a lot of the players in the team. I think he's got a lot of fans out there. And I wish Johnny nothing but the best moving forward.
Hide, why did you choose SFU?
I chose SFU because it's one of the top academic universities in Canada, and also has one of the strongest soccer programs in Canada.
Alright, and what would you say is your biggest accomplishment as a member of the SFU men's soccer team?
For men's, I would definitely say biggest accomplishment is winning 3 GNAC titles in a row.
JD, what's your most memorable moment as a clan member?
I think the most memorable moment would have been last spring. We played Washington University in an exhibition game. We won 3-0 and I made 2 penalty saves.
Okay. And how would you say the program's changed since you've been here?
My first year we didn't get too many fans out to our games. We were pretty unknown here at SFU, whereas today and throughout the games this year, we've had quite a few fans out. We are really promoting the games through Facebook and Twitter, and a lot of the guys get friends come out and family, and the atmosphere is quite a bit different. And other than that, recruiting wise, Coach Koch has brought in a lot of recruits from outside of Canada, whereas my first year most of the guys were from BC.
Alright, and what's your input on the 2 goalkeepers, JD and Hide?
Genuine young men. They're both first-class guys. I have a lot of respect for both of them on the field, off the field. Both very different. Hide is more of a laid-back character. He's come in and he's won some big games for us over the years. He's a big body. He uses his body well as a goalkeeper. He's a highly intelligent guy, and I think he's going to be successful in whatever he decides to do when he graduates. JD is a smaller goalkeeper, but really has a lot of intangibles that any keeper would love to have. He's got the enthusiasm, he's got the athleticism, he's vocal, and I think it's been a joy to see JD grow as a player, but also as a person in the 5 years he's been with us. So it'll be pretty sad to see both goalkeepers go, that's for sure.
Helge, being a captain, how's your responsibility been like for the rest of the team?
I think it's just as every other player, try to make the other players as good as possible and practice that in a match, and then using the experience as well.
Alright, and coming from Norway, what would you say the biggest differences are playing in Norway and playing in North America?
Because of the rules, it's a little bit different with execution, and gives the game a little bit of a higher tempo here.
Helge is probably part of a group that I think has kind of taken our program to the next level. In 2009, Helge was a freshman in our group that went to the NEI Final Four. He was a big reason we had that success. We made him captain already in 2010, so he's been a 3-year captain, which not many people have done that for our program. He's a leader that leads through example.
Mike, what do you feel like you're leaving behind with the other players here at SFU?
Hopefully a blueprint for a center midfield position, yeah.
Alright, and what would you say is your most memorable moment as a clan member?
Winning the GNAC 3 years in a row.
Michael Winters, he's a bit of a character. Are you sad to see him go as well?
Yes, I am. Mike's been a pleasure to have around most of the time. He certainly is a character. He's a fun-loving guy. He's the type of person you need in your team. On the field, he will do everything he can to win. He's a blue-collar player to the end. He'll fight for everything. I think we've actually had to physically carry him off the field a few times at the end of games in his career, where other players might have wilted away. Mike has gone in and he's put in some big-time minutes for us, and he's been very, very successful. He's a big-time character off the field, and every team needs players like that.
Matt, why did you choose SFU?
Well, at the time I was looking at going to UBC or SFU, but I live pretty close to SFU, and they have a pretty good reputation with academics and athletics, so that was made my mind up pretty easy.
What was your most memorable moment as a clan member?
We played SPU at SPU. We won 2-1, and I scored the game-winning goal, and it allowed us to win the GNAC.
Matty has a special place in my heart. He's grown in a different way since he started playing as a central defender, and he's become a fantastic footballer. He was an All-American last year, thoroughly deserving of that honour. He's been a great senior leader for us this year. He leads through his actions. He's a shorter central defender, but you wouldn't notice that by his ability to win balls in the air. He's great on the ground. His distribution has improved significantly over the years, and he's a winner. So it's can be very, very difficult to replace Matt, and I've thoroughly enjoyed having him around as part of the program.
Roman, being here the longest, how do you feel like it's affected other players around you?
Well, yeah, like you said, I've been here for a while. Coach Koch likes to say 7 years, but I've ranked down to 5. So I've experienced a lot. Like I redshirted my first 2 years actually, and then so I've gotten a lot of experience with that. So I've been trying to help the rookies.
Okay, and who would you say is your favorite teammate on the team?
Favorite teammate, friends-wise, I'd say Chris, just because me and him become great friends in the last couple of years. He lives with Helge, so he always invites me out for dinner and stuff, and we always go out together, so it's a good time with him. But on the pitch, I'd have to say Ryan Dillon lately, just because he's starting to play more and more like Ronaldo, so it's entertaining to watch.
What's your story on Roman Dudkovic?
Roman's a fantastic footballer. Unfortunately, he's had several injuries over the last few years, so we haven't quite got as much out of him. But no, he's been a great guy to have around the group. He's a great player, he's talented, he's a very strong, physical, athletic player who also has a knack for scoring some big-time goals, and hopefully he can finish off his senior year of the bank.
Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of NOUR'S. Make sure to tune into next week and come support us at our game on Sunday against Western Washington at Terry Fox Field at 3 p.m.